They said it had been sitting 28 to 30 years. Well, all right, hopefully one good tug and it comes down. One more good tug. Success! Hey guys, it's Bill. Welcome to Flatbroke Garage. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. If you're a regular, I appreciate it. And if you're a subscriber, you are the best. Really appreciate all you guys subscribing. I got to do something with a project I have here. Last year I bought a Falcon and a Torino, a 70 and a 71. This is the 71 Torino that I've been slowly parting out to kind of help other people finish their projects. The front end of this went to a guy in Algonquin, Illinois. His son wrecked their Falcon, and I sold him the whole front end off this car, except for the grill. I kept the grill. So it's kind of going to save other stuff. I took the doors off. They're in pretty good shape. I'm saving those for my Falcarino, which is my 1970 four-door Falcon, because the doors are mint. And it's getting hard to find these things. I still have a drivetrain in this car and a bunch of other little doodads that I want to keep. Now, this is all for an upcoming project. If you guys follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll kind of get clues to what it is I think I'm going to try and save. I don't know. It's really bad, but I got to get this drivetrain out of here and a bunch of parts, and I'm going to transfer them into something else, which is coming up. Like I said, I'm not saying what it is because I really don't know if I'm going to actually do this or not. So basically what we're going to do is take this car apart, get this thing so we can scrap it. The quarter panels are really good on that. I'm going to save the back of the quarter panels, a few other things. So what I want to do is get this thing up in the air. I need all the steering off this. I got to get the engine, transmission unbolted, and the rear end and leaf springs out of here, along with proportioning valve, wire loom. I need everything. You'll kind of get the idea a little later this year. Like I said, I still don't know if we're going through with it. I'm looking at it right now. It's right here. But the more I look at it, the more I just can't believe my logic. But I'm retired. I got nothing else to do. So let's get this thing apart and see what we can do. So one of the first things I need is this actual radius arm. Because the vehicle that I'm going to work on, it's a long story, but they took the front end off in this radius arm. So we're going to get that off. Power steering, like I said, all this stuff is coming out. This engine. The drivetrain, if you saw the other video, if you haven't, there'll be a link to it. the tie rod and control arm literally have a tree growing through them. So we may have to come up with another tie rod. I don't know if you can see it, but let's get this thing up in the air and see if we can get this apart. So I brought a wire wheel with me. I'm going to try and clean these threads up because they're fine threads. They're basically an adjustment for your camber, I believe. We're going to get these cleaned up and hopefully this nut spins off. You never know. I'm at my buddy Steve's junkyard here where he's storing my car, and I don't have I bring the basic tools. So I don't have a ton of stuff, but let's see if we got enough to get this apart. Little PB blaster sauce on here. What the heck? Oh. I'll kind of help ease things along. Hope I can get an impact gun on this. Shoot. I don't know if I have an extension with me or not. Dang it. I do have a ratchet. Boy, it's going to take forever with a ratchet. Oh, I did bring an extension. I don't know if it's long enough, though. It's coming loose. I just can't get it on there all the way. Oh, wow. It is loose. Awesome. frozen. Didn't bring a screwdriver. This tire still holds air. All right. Now we're gonna put the tire under the car, so if it falls, I only get minorly wounded and not killed. I got the cotter pins out, and I took the wire wheel and cleaned those threads off. Got to run this out, and then I can pop this arm off, and we'll start nipping on the steering after that. Everything's coming off pretty good. I'm pretty amazed how rust-free this stuff is. The cotter pins pulled right out. I got those bolts off, and hopefully it pops right up. There we go. Now, that rubber bushing is holding this on. Gonna have to put I think I can tap on it and get it pushed back. I got the washer loose. Having a heck of a time. Let's see, locked up on there. Well, after some fighting and beating, I got it pushed back. There we go. That is what we need. We got to work on getting the tie rod off, getting the steering drop down, pitman arm off, and get it off on the other side, and I'll have all my steering linkage. Hopefully, I gotta go look at the other car and see what I am missing, and I have, but I don't think it's very much. So I'm gonna clean this out, try to get this cotter pin out. These will come off. I think they'd have nuts on the other side. Dang it. Well, I got the cylinder unbolted. That came out pretty good. Kind of got this cleaned off here for the pitman arm. Get that out. That popped off, and then just two more on the other side. We got our steering done. All right. Get that cotter pin out. What size this is? 3/4. Oh, look at that. Right loose. This is awesome. Finger tight, baby. Here's my pickle fork. Man, you lose everything in the grass here. We got enough room to hit this thing. And we just give it a gentle tap. No, that ain't gonna work. I don't want to break it. That's cast aluminum, I think. I gotta figure out how to get in here. Stupid camera. Come on down. Well, if you watch the original video of when we rescued this car out of the trees, they said it had been sitting 28 to 30 years. Well, there's your proof. This is a root or part of the tree. We had to chainsaw this car out of the ground. It was a pain. You can see the whole video in my list. I think it's called Rescued Torinos or something. But all I got left to do is get this cotter pin out and smack this off. Obviously, I'm going to need another tie rod, but I think I have one at home. So let me see if we can get this off, beat off, and oh, I got to unbolt the power steering lines. But that should get this off. And one step closer to starting the other project right over here, or making the other project look less worse. So let's see if I can get this cotter pin out. Those have been the worst problem, just trying to get the cotter pins out. Other than that, everything else is coming apart. So last one, let's get this done. And I'm going to jump ahead to future me and start bolting it on the other project so the other project's movable. Whew. That's coming soon. Yeah, so we're going to pull the wheels off this and see if we can get the U-bolts.
That front spring hanger loose first.
See if we can get the spring hangers off this, get the rear shackles off. I got to cut the emergency brake cables, and hopefully this rear end should slide up from under there. I don't know if this thing even turns. These wheels don't turn either. We have to bust them loose.
Don't turn either.
They turned when we winched it out, I think, but them brakes are just locked up. So let me get under here, try and clean these bolts off and get some goo on them, see if they come off. All right, well, this is the last tire to pull off. I'm saving all these hubcaps. They're just like the poverty caps, and you know, who knows, those things may become popular. So let me get this thing pulled off and see if I can get up under there. Well, I got the back of the car up so I can get to the leaf springs and stuff, and I tell you what, we fought and tried to get the bolt out in the front of the leaf spring, and that thing don't want to budge. I came up with a plan. They make new bolts every day, so I'm going to see if I can get up under there with a Sawzall or a cutoff wheel. I'm just going to cut them bolts and the spring should drop right down. I mean, instead of wasting all my time and whatever trying to knock a bolt through that rotted old pin, let's just cut it off. I mean, it sounds good in theory. I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's give it a try. I got plenty of time. Let's see what happens. Well, here's what we got. What do you guys think? Do you think I can get either a saw blade or a death wheel up in there, and then up on this side, up in this side, cut this bolt right through it? They will not turn, they will not budge, and just there's no way to hammer this thing out. So I don't know, I'm just gonna try and cut it. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll just cut the car apart. You know, one way or another it's coming off. All right, I don't even know if I can get this thing in here or not. Let's see what happens. Whew. I gotta get some gloves on, man. I'm getting hot rubber all over me, but I think it's gonna cut that. Well, I tried cutting that bolt off, and the cutoff wheel just isn't a big enough diameter to get up in there, and the Sawzall, I don't know. The blades are just junk that I have. But I did come up with a plan. Do not try this at home. I got the jumbo cutoff wheel. I don't know if this thing's gonna work, it's gonna explode or whatever, but I gotta get that bolt cut. It's almost through. Just can't get enough depth, but we got the depth now. So hopefully we get that cut. I can get the U-bolts either broke loose and taken off on that side, or I'm cutting those off too. My patience is growing thin. They make new U-bolts. So let's see if I can finally get this axle out from under here, get that drug out, then I can concentrate on getting, all I have left to get are the transmission bolts, or the transmission mount out, and the U-bolts that hold the drive shaft on, and I can pull the whole drivetrain out of this car, cut off the quarter panels, and we can be done. So let's see if this works, and we can keep moving forward, because this is getting ridiculous. Well, you can see we got this cut off no problem. The spring is loose, and I just got to get in there and cut the bolt off on that side. So let's see what kind of carnage happens. How big is this bolt? Oh my gosh, there we go. Oh, we got it. We are through, thank God. All right, now, I think I'm through. No, I'm still not through it. Jeez. Gator blade. Come on, gator blade. There we go. I think I was cutting the car in half instead. Wow. Yes. Cool, cool, cool. That was a struggle and a half. Now for back here, I don't need to take these shackle bolts out because unfortunately, this is the demise of this car. See this? This is the unibody structure where the spring goes through. This is really common in Mustangs and basically all Ford unibodies is these rot out. So I don't have to worry about taking these nuts off under here. I can do it when I get them out. All I got to do is cut the unibody here and here, and this whole hanger will drop out and probably hit me in the head. So let's see how easy that comes out. Then I'm hoping to just take the 4 U-bolts off on that because I don't need that leaf spring yet. And cut the shock and the power and parking brake. So let's give this a go. I should be able to pry that out of there. We'll see. She'll come right up. We kind of damaged the shackle a bit, but what are you gonna do? Let's see if I can pry this thing down. I don't know. I might have to kind of push this thing back. Come on, almost out of there. There we go. Success. Something worked out the way I wanted. All right, to the other side. All right, I had previously sprayed these down with PB Blaster or some kind of slippery goo. I'm gonna get the wire. I don't even think I need to wire wheel these. I think I might have already cleaned them up. Just get an impact on them, see if we can get them cut. Cut this cable and cut the shock. And I should be able to lift this up and slide that whole system out. Well, I got to cut the brake line too, but. All right, then we got to get to these U-bolts. Get that off too. All right, we got some more to do. Forgot all about that. Well, I got the bolts loosened up. They actually loosened up pretty easy. It really pays to clean the things off and soak them with some slick sauce. I got them tapped up. I'm going to get my pry bar, pry them up. Drive shaft is off. And all I got left to do is cut the shock, and the rear end should be free. Sweet. Let's see if I got enough room to pry. Get up under the U-bolts, pry them up. There, she's loose. Loose as a goose. One. That other one's still in there. I'll drop the shock now. There we go. Shock is free. Pry this baby off. There we go. Come on. There. Now it's free. Awesome. Let's see if we can drag this thing out of here. It was a two-man kind of job, but it slid. Hopefully it can lift it up over the other leaf spring. All right, hopefully one good tug and it comes down. One more good tug. I earned this one, man. God darn. It's out. I just need a tractor to come get it, but whew, good enough. So I got the rear end loaded up in the back of my truck and brought it to the shop here. So I have tools and a little more organization. But these brake drums are obviously froze on here, so I'm going to see if I can pry these drums off and see if I can make the brakes work. I don't know. Well, that's kind of grasping at straws thing. This is definitely an 8-inch rear end. A couple obvious ways to tell is a 9-inch is more circular, it's round, where an 8-inch has a flat top, if you can see that. Also too, I don't have a socket with me, but you can get a socket on this bottom bolt. And the same goes for the back. The round part here on a Ford 9-inch is actually round, not oval. You see this still follows that kind of flat oval look to it. And most 302 cars, 6-cylinder cars, they just had 8-inch rear ends. So, but I need it. We've got to make the car move around. So let's see if we can get these drums off, get it freed up, maybe make brakes work. I don't know, these lines look pretty toasted, but let's at least make it roll. Usually if you smack the front of them, if you can get a bar in here, try it. Oh, they're stuck. I could cut the backing hardware. As a matter of fact, I already broke one side of the backing hardware, so I might as well see if I cut this one off, and that should help pry this thing off. There it goes. See, that one just popped off now too. So the shoes are actually stuck to the drum. What I really need is a brake drum puller. I've seen a couple guys use them, and I don't know, you think with all the old junk I work on I'd actually own a brake drum puller, but yet here we are. Let me get some bigger bars, see if we can get this out. Asking, telling. See if we can tell it to come off. Well, we have to tell it a little harder. Shoes are literally just stuck in the drum. All right. Pretty much these brake lines are no good anyways, so I'm going to cut the brake line. I'm going to unbolt the wheel cylinder, and maybe that'll help everything kind of come off. I know the springs are still holding it on, but I don't know, maybe it'll help, because this thing is just fused on there. Tried the adjuster, that didn't work. See if we can get this loose, and just keep digging and trying. See if these even break loose. I don't know. Oh, look at that. There's no way that brake line is coming loose. We can try it, but come on. Get out there. Look at that. Yeah. No. I'm gonna throw a little heat on it. It's right there. Yeah, let's see if she just pops and explodes on me. Why is it you can get it to fit? There we go. There, look at that. Came right loose. There's still brake fluid in there too. Or did I just break the line? Probably just broke the line. Oh man, it's bent at such a screwed up angle. Oh, man. There. Whoa, hope the camera caught that one, because I don't want to do that again. I don't care what broke, as long as it came off. All the powdered cancer there in the ground. Still holding on. Man. Boy, those brake shoes just do not let go. I can get the adjuster out of there. There we go. Ah. Well, there's our brake hardware kit. Gosh, it's all rust. But no wonder. Man, you think this thing needed a brake job? Look at the grooves worn into the shoes. Wow. It's incredible. Look at that. The other one is bad. Yeah, look how those brake shoes are worn. I thought that was harder than usual to get off. It created like its own keepers. It's held it in there. Well, I'm going to get the other side pulled off. No need to sit and watch the rinse and repeat thing. But we'll get the other side apart and kind of clean this up a little bit. We can put this on my upcoming project. So future me is going to be real happy because I'll have a rear end to move the car around. So, all right, well, we got the other side off. No sense in showing you that, but basically same carnage. So it was the same struggle to get this side off. But we got a rear end that spins. Gonna get brake lines off. I might look around and see if I have brake hardware. I might have enough to put this together. I don't know about the drums. I think I have some drums down here somewhere. Maybe while it's out, we'll just kind of clean this thing up. Like I said, get the brake lines off. Get all this. This has got asphalt on it. It's got like an inch of asphalt stuck to it. This whole car did. I mean, the car I'm putting it on is pretty much going to be junk, but what the hell. Here we go. I put some perfume on a pig. I actually kind of cleaned this rear end up a little bit. Here's some paint on it. I don't know why. Been looking through my boxes of Ford parts. I have a backing plate with a bunch of new hardware. It's got some brake shoes. Believe I got a wheel cylinder. So I actually have a wheel cylinder that's for the other side. But I have a new wheel cylinder, some hardware, gotten some new shoes. I even found a U-joint I had laying around. I have no idea why I'm doing this because it's just absolutely, I guess it just makes me happy. So we'll clean up some of this other junk, clean these adjusters up. I don't know where that little washer went. Oh, there it is. There's a washer. clean some of this junk up, and we'll get one side together. And I cleaned up a bunch of the hardware that was in these brakes, because I would much rather use a 50-some-year-old factory Ford Bendix part than something that was stamped out on dirt floor in Bangalore. I'm sorry, I got more faith in this stuff. Cleaned up the adjuster, this piece here. We got the Bangalore or Chinesium wheel cylinder. I got faith in the old stuff, guys. Everything now is just built-in obsolescence. So I'm just gonna, I'd rather use this. And like I said, is it worth doing all this as rear end? I don't know. I might use this in another car. It might not even stay in this car. Well, I used up some of the parts I had. This thing's kind of cleaned up, painted. I got to find some drums because those are no good. But I had enough parts laying around. We got one side done, and I think I got enough miscellaneous junk to get the other side done. I got to make the one brake line I broke, which is a short one. The other one came off. I ordered rubber lines. We're also going parking brake delete. Although I did put the hardware in here because, you know, I might use this rear end on another car down the road. So we might as well it's out. Might as well clean it up, get it done right. Throw it under the junk car, but we'll see what happens. Another day, more fire ants. I'm going to need, once again, a bunch of stuff. I need all the brake lines that go along the firewall. Need the steering column, which I forgot to film, but I got that loose. I got to get that out of here. I want to save this steel dash as an AC dash, so I'm going to get that out. As soon as I can get my buddy Steve over, pull the engine and trans out. After I get that out, then I'll be ready to get going on the other project. I still want to address the quarter panels on this car. These caps, I don't know where to cut these at. If I just cut them down low and save them, or cut the whole thing out. That's a project for another day. So I got to find a pry bar to get the shifter arm off the shifter linkage. See it there? The column's out, and I've been soaking everything down. Hopefully these lines come off, or if not, we'll just make new ones. Well, success. I got the steering column out. Kind of a battle. Everything's just so nasty in here. I got the dash loose. I got to bust the main junction block back here, and I can take the whole dash out with the wiring loom attached. I need all these AC ducts for my blue car because they somehow disappeared. So all these little bits, man, they add up. They're hard to find. All right, let me just finish getting this thing apart, and I'm going to put that in the other car. Just you wait. So let's just get stung by some fire ants and get more of this car apart. All right, well, it's finally time. My buddy Steve's got a chance. He can come over with the tractor, so we're going to get this engine set to pull out. I got to get the hood off. I'm going to take these hinges off, save the hinges, put a plate on the intake, and hopefully we can just slide this thing straight out. That's one side. Well, the hood is off, and it's rusty. They all rust along this lip here, and it's really rusted back in here. It could probably be saved, but probably end up being parts to save another hood. Well, now I got the hood off, I'm going to just start saving some more trinkets I want to keep, and that's like hood hinges, basic wiring. I got this loom disconnected here. We'll try and get the wire loom out. These back brake lines. Get the plate mounted onto the intake so we can get that pulled out of here. and maybe wiper motor, wiper arms, anything you can save. As long as you got a place to put it, it helps. As rusty as this car is, I can't believe how easy these pieces come off. Pull our mouse protector out. There we go. I should pull those studs out. I don't know if I got any nuts with me, but at least I got a couple bolts and washers. It should. Get our heater hoses off. I think we got a trans line or AC line to get off. And just wait for my buddy Steve. We should be able to pull this thing out. Well, I got the transmission mount bolts out. But I think I have to drop the whole cross member because this transmission has like a balancer or vibration reducer, whatever that thing is. So I just got the cotter pin out of here. I'm going to drop this down, maybe not all the way, but get it hanging, get the other side down. Forgot I got to pull the speedo cable yet. And I think that's it. Everything should be ready to come out. That dropped her down. Alright, we'll go do the other side. And then when he grabs it with the tractor, I can just zap him off. So, well, my buddy Steve made it. Engine's ready to come out. Get this thing out, put it in the back of my Chevy truck. That's the way to do it. There you go. Oh. Needs to come out. Car's coming with it.
That ain't good.
It's loose. It's just. Give it a pull. There you go. Success. Let me move that tire. Hang on, let me move that tire. Perfect. Come on down. Ha! Well, there we go. A little excitement getting the engine out, but you know, nobody got hurt. Everything was kind of safe-ish. I limped away from it. So that's about it for this car. I still have the quarter panels on it, and they're pretty good quarter panels. What do you guys think? Should I try and cut these quarter panels off and save them? Or just scrap the whole car? I mean, I don't know what to do. I got so much junk now. I really don't need much more. Well, I know this engine did run. It cranked, it started, it ran for a little bit. It didn't smoke too badish. So we're going to take this thing home, get it cleaned up, get some plugs, ignition back on a fuel system. And we're going to get this thing running to put it into a really stupid project car. Way worse than a Falcarino. I think I'm having fun doing this. And even at the end, if I'm done, if it's not worth it, I'm going to have a drivable pile of parts. Be sure to click and follow along to see what I put this engine and all these parts into. It's going to be kind of cool. And it's actually a pretty rare car. It's just really rough shape. So be sure to subscribe, like, and follow along. Follow me on Facebook for clues, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.